Hey guys, Josh with LynkSpyder. Generally throughout the summer, people say, hey, how can I shade my camera when the sun's getting hot? And in most cases, we just tell you, use a hat. Take your camera that's mounted on the fence, put your hat on top of it, and that's a pretty good shade. It's actually about the best shade you can get because this fabric material doesn't radiate heat and it will keep your camera nice and cool. However, this time of year, near the spring, it's more wet rather than sun. And while the hat may be able to protect your camera a little bit from moisture, we actually have a better technique. This is a technique that I designed several years ago for the GoPro, and it is pretty redneck. It involves biting a hole in a Ziploc bag, but the trick is stretching it over the lens of the camera, and that creates sort of a tight seal around that lens. And it keeps open areas like this open side where I don't have the side door on, and say I've got an external battery that's running in here. I got the SD card that's exposed. So by doing that, we allow the lens to poke through to get a good shot, but we're protecting everything else. Well, the same thing can be done with your Mevo Start here. A couple of things to keep in mind with the Mevo Start. This camera is not by any means water resistant, not even waterproof, not even water resistant. The GoPro is water resistant when it's closed up, so it's a little less of a concern with that. So I say all this to say be very cautious while using this technique, because your camera could still get wet. It can still get water on the inside, which will void your warranty. It's also important to note that not only is rain the issue, but humidity as well. If there is water detected on the inside, even if your camera has never been rained on, if humidity has gotten inside, if condensation has gotten inside, it's going to void your warranty, and Logitech Mevo is probably not going to cover it in the event of a warranty claim. However, if you're like me and you're carefree and you still want to give her a shot, the only other couple of things to keep in mind is when we do this, we're going to be covering up this top section here, which is your microphone array. So it's probably going to be a little muffled. During a rain, you kind of have to take some liberties and do what you have to do. You could also use an external microphone, maybe hanging out the bottom side of the bag, but that is an option. There's a little hole on the bottom that's a reset. We want to cover that as well. But it's actually pretty simple, but you want to take this, and you can use any zip top bag. A good quality bag is a little thicker mill. It may work a little better. These are super cheap bags. What we're going to do is we're going to poke a hole in the center of this bag somewhere right around here. We don't want to do one of these seams because they'll tear apart. Now, if you're out in the field and you're organized, more organized than me, and you might have scissors, great, use those. If you're like me and you're not, we're going to use farm scissors. Okay, we're going to pop a hole. All right, then we're just going to take and we're just going to slowly make this hole slightly bigger. And we don't want to go too aggressive because the bag will split and then we'll have to start this process again. But when you get a hole that's of decent size, we're now going to put our camera in here. We're going to take the top of the hole and put it right above the top side of the camera here. And then we're going to slowly stretch this hole until it covers the bottom of the camera. Now, you obviously don't need to go this aggressive if you don't want to, and you just want it to set. But oftentimes when there's wind, there's rain, there's wind, and it could blow the bag off. All right, so that's what we've got. We've got this bag now that is nice and stretched around our Mevo. Water can get in the front, that's an issue. So you certainly don't want to do this in a gully washer. But if you've got a light mist, this will work very well. Creates a nice seal around here. You've got an open area here so you can mount this. You can run your cables out the back. The back and the open sockets are protected, and you're good to go. Hope this helps. Josh at LynkSpyder. We'll see you.